I've known her since I was 7. We met in line auditioning for Barney and Friends. And she's been my best friend ever since.
Hey, what's up? It's Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. And this is my best friend in the entire world.
This is my best
Selena.
friend.
Yes.
Ever since we were 7 years old.
On Barney.
Yes.
We haven't. Yes, wow.
We've uncovered some of the most famous forgotten feuds in the world, from Paris and Lindsay to J-Lo and Mariah Carey. But today, we are tackling one of the most heart-wrenchingly public falling outs the Disney Channel has ever seen.
You recently unfollowed your BFF, Selena Gomez, on Twitter. Can you tell us why?
Is this who you want me to be tonight? Devil or angel, whatever you like.
Today, me and Shelby are diving deep into the friendship between Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato.
How did they go from childhood best friends to ruling the Disney Channel, becoming pop stars together, to not even speaking present day?
Debuting together on Barney and even giving up roles of a lifetime to each other, because that's just the type of friends they were.
However, years later, Selena would be catapulted into young Hollywood when she starred as Alex Russo on one of the most popular Disney Channel shows of all time, Wizards of Waverly Place. The Disney Channel was always on the hunt for new stars, so Selena would recommend her best friend Demi for Disney's new DCOM, Camp Rock.
From there, Demi and Selena would both explode into superstardom. Not only would they both co-star in their own Disney Channel original movie, but they would both individually break into the mainstream music world. But as they both became more and more famous, their friendship would begin to show cracks in their Disney Channel BFF facade, leaving millions of Disney Channel viewers with burning questions.
Did it have something to do with Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift? Was it because Demi was struggling with substance abuse? Was the pressure of being Disney stars just too much? Well, grab a snack and a floaty as we go back in time and try to uncover exactly what happened between Disney Channel starlet and supposed best friends forever, Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. Before we dive into the video, we want to take a moment to thank ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode of Deep Dive. I don't know about you guys, but the whole in-network, out-of-network doctor thing can get really confusing. Back when I was pregnant with my son, my insurance switched and I was calling so many doctor's offices that were supposed to be in-network to find that they no longer took my insurance. That's where ZocDoc comes in to save the day. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors. Choose the right one for your needs and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much, much more. You can filter for doctors who are located nearby, who take your insurance, who are a good fit, and most importantly, highly rated from other verified patients. You can also see their appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit, which if you're like me and hate talking on the phone, that is an amazing bonus. Plus, ZocDoc appointments typically happen fast, within 24 to 72 hours of booking. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/deepdive or click the link in the description box to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thank you again to ZocDoc. Now let's get back to the friendship breakup that shook up the Disney Channel world. To tell the story of Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, we have to take it back to Texas in the year 2002. Both Demi and Selena were aspiring child stars growing up in the Dallas area. Selena was always performing and putting on plays for her family. Demi, on the other hand, had been preparing for stardom from just 5 years old, taking acting classes, piano lessons, and learning the guitar. So when Barney and Friends put out a casting call, it would catch the attention of both girls. Out of nearly 1,500 kids who showed up to audition, Selena and Demi just so happened to be placed right next to each other in line, completely unaware that one day they would both become major icons. Out of all those kids who auditioned, Selena and Demi both ended up getting cast on Barney.
Wow, that would be great!
I could count the legs on an octopus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or to see the pretty fin on the back of a fish who carries his very own sail.
And this is where their years-long friendship really started. Every day on set, they were coloring and eating lunch together. Their moms would even become great friends too, so they would see each other all the time, both on and off the set. However, by 2004, they had both aged out of Barney. It was time to take the next steps in their careers. Selena went straight to auditioning for Disney Channel in 2004.
11-year-old Selena Gomez blew everyone away when she auditioned for the Disney Channel.
Okay, oh wait, I'm sorry. Do I start my line? I wore a hideous blue poncho. And me and my friend like to play around. So like, I'm Selena. We were watching Disney Channel. We like to draw it all the time.
Disney started testing the waters by having Selena appear in shows like Sweet Life and Hannah Montana. That's when they knew that Selena was destined to be a star and needed her very own show. Over the next couple of years, Selena would film multiple pilots for Disney Channel that would never get picked up. But finally, Disney decided to move forward with a show starring Selena called Wizards of Waverly Place. Wizards premiered in 2007 and was an instant hit, catapulting Selena Gomez into one of the most popular Disney stars to ever come out of the network. After Barney, Demi would spend the next couple of years focusing on becoming a singer, which was her biggest passion. She would hire a vocal coach, take dance lessons, and she even filmed this adorable pop music video called Move Me. 2006, Demi would start acting again, appearing in an episode of Prison Break and Nickelodeon's Just Jordan. But it was 2007 when she would get her big break. See, Selena and Demi were still the best of friends, so Selena would recommend Demi to the Disney Channel, where she would score multiple auditions with Disney. But Disney loves to test their talent, so at first they put her in a short series that aired during commercial blocks called As the Bell Rings. During the same time, she would also audition for the show Sunny with a Chance, which was in development, and for the leading role in the Disney Channel original movie Camp Rock. According to David DeLuise, who played the dad in Wizards, Selena was actually first offered the role of Mitchie Torres in Camp Rock, but she passed on it in hopes that Disney would pick Demi instead. And that's exactly what happened. Picking Demi was absolutely the right choice because her voice just leans so much more rock that it was perfect for the part. Camp Rock would premiere in the summer of 2008, and immediately after, Demi's debut album Don't Forget also released. Now, if you watched our last video, then you already know that not only did Demi just become a major star virtually overnight, but she broke right into mainstream music when her album debuted at number 2 on the charts. With that, Demi and Selena had officially become Disney's reigning it girls, which at the time only brought them closer together. They started vlogging on YouTube, doing photo shoots, and praising each other in interviews. Whether they were making headlines for hanging out with Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus, or making waves for shading Miley, their friendship was constantly front page news in the Disney world, and the fans absolutely loved them. So much so that Selena and Demi were given the nickname Delina.
Hi, Selena. Hi, Demi.
This is my best friend in the entire world.
This is my best friend.
Faking all this glamour, when will they ever learn? It will eat you up, it will eat you up. Bitch, it's Hollywood, bitch, it's Hollywood, bitch, it's Hollywood, bitch, it's Hollywood, bitch, it's Hollywood.
2009 was the year Demi and Selena were completely dominating the Disney Channel. Wizards of Waverly Place was already one of Disney's most iconic shows, but in the summer of 2009, Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, released to over 11 million viewers, making it one of the top Disney Channel original movies right behind High School Musical. Demi Lovato's new show, Sunny with a Chance, released to over 4 million viewers per episode, cementing itself as one of the most popular Disney Channel series of all time. But during all of these releases, Demi was also on tour with the Jonas Brothers, promoting her debut album as well as her movie with them, Camp Rock. Now, Selena Gomez was also gearing up to release her debut album, Kiss and Tell, with her band Selena Gomez and the Scene. But remember, this is back when Hollywood Records was really starting to push pop rock onto all of their artists because of its success with Demi and the Jonas Brothers' debut albums. But for Selena, the pop rock sound didn't work as well with the artist that she is. They would have her do songs like Rock God, and while she sort of got like a circus, blackout, Britney Spears sound, it still wasn't that classic pop rock that was so popular at the time. So while Kiss and Tell did debut at the number 9 spot on the Billboard charts, it dropped pretty quickly after its first week. Now, Demi and Selena were working on non-stop albums, tours, DVD specials, TV shows, and on top of all of these projects, they would score their very own Disney Channel original movie, Princess Protection Program. And this makes a lot of sense because if they didn't have a movie together, they were essentially competing against each other. Even though they were positioned as best friends, all of their numbers and different projects were definitely going to be pitted against each other in various corporate meetings, all to figure out how to make the Disney Channel the most money. So while it appeared on the surface that they were best friends, a lot of times it boiled down to something as simple as a popularity contest. But Princess Protection Program was different. They would be playing 2 girls that would become best friends, and the behind-the-scenes videos that would air on the Disney Channel would cement this as well. Disney Channel viewers at this time thought that Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez were the best of friends, and their movie Princess Protection Program debuted to almost 9 million viewers. By this point, the world had already fallen in love with Demi and Selena, but this movie is really what cemented their friendship in the public eye. Their bond appeared to only get stronger in the spotlight, but as their Disney Channel fame soared, the first fractures in their friendship started to appear behind the scenes. Now, this part you might have to take with a grain of salt, but this story does make sense when you compare it to the timeline of events, as well as all the interviews later on. A source who was friends with Selena and knew her family came forward years later, exposing what really started the first rift in Demi and Selena's friendship. Selena was gearing up to go on her Kiss and Tell tour, which was set to kick off in the fall of 2009. But before going on tour, she invited some friends over, which included the person who's telling the story. Sammy Droke from Princess Protection Program, a friend named Darren, and Taylor Swift.
I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative.
Yeah, that's right. Long before the days of Taylor Swift's squad, she was hanging out with Selena when they were just young teenagers. And they had become really close friends ever since dating Joe and Nick Jonas back in 2008. And can you just imagine those gossip sessions? Oh my gosh. Now, apparently Mandy, Selena's mom, asked Selena if she was going to invite Demi over. Selena said no, she didn't want to hang out with her basically because Demi was always upset, crying, or complaining about something. Selena allegedly went on to say that Demi should be more grateful for this lifestyle. Now, if you watched our Camp Rock video, then you know that Demi was going through it. She was photographed on the red carpet of Miley Cyrus's iconic Sweet 16 birthday party with alleged cut marks on her arm, and this would go extremely viral at the time. This may have played a role into Selena distancing herself from Demi, but also Demi has said that during this time she had become increasingly difficult to work with. Demi ended up calling Selena while she was with all her friends, and they had just happened to be talking about Demi, so they all started laughing at the timing. Allegedly, Taylor Swift answered the phone and said, quote, "Selena's busy." Demi asked to speak with Selena, but Selena was mouthing, "I can't speak, I'll laugh." Taylor threw the phone at Selena anyways, but she was laughing too hard to talk. So Selena's friend Darren then picked up the phone and said, quote, "Selena does not like you anymore. Sorry," then hung up the phone. According to the source, Selena was upset with Darren for what he said to Demi. Now, again, you can take this story with a grain of salt, but it does fit into what happened next. Fast forward 4 months, and Selena and Demi were no longer speaking. Demi Lovato was in London signing autographs when a fan asked how Selena was doing, and Demi's response would be heard around the world, spouting back with, quote, "Ask Taylor."
There you go.
This few-second clip caused a storm of controversy in the teen gossip world. It was clear Selena and Demi were no longer friends, and everyone was speculating that Selena had dumped Demi for Taylor. A few months later, Demi was interviewed by Girl Life magazine, where she praised her friendship with Miley Cyrus, stating that she can text Miley when she's crying and stressed out, and she'll reply back. But when asked about Selena, she said, quote, "We're both busy, and I wish the best for her. True friends don't let their friends or family be mean to you. If you can't trust somebody, you can't be friends with them."
Selena and Demi, and the fact that it's rumored that they are not BFFs anymore.
And I kind of am thinking it's going beyond a rumor. I think this is reality. They're not BFFs. I think it's done for them. I just think they're taking different pathways.
You're so right.
Selena still is that Disney girl, like girl next door, happy, fresh-faced girl, and Demi's kind of taking, she's kind of taking a different route. She's more of a rock star, hard edge.
And they have, stepped out with other friends. Taylor Swift is one of them, Miley Cyrus.
Looking back, it is actually pretty shocking that Demi was public at all with the friendship breakup, considering how strict Disney is when it comes to public image. Disney stars go through pretty intensive PR training where they learn how to perfectly avoid questions or smoothly change the subject. Selena, on the other hand, would put that very training to good use, and despite frequently being asked about Demi, she would stay completely silent.
If you were on a desert island all alone and you were allowed to take one person with you that's not a member of your family, who would you take?
Oh goodness, my friend Taylor.
Taylor
Swift.
Everyone knows Taylor Swift. Yeah, my friend Taylor, yeah, you know, she's quite famous too.
No, I want to say,
Lots of people have been asking actually, who is your BFF? Is it still Demi Lovato or is it Taylor?
I have lots of friends. I'm very lucky, so I surround myself with good people.
Fans of Delina were devastated. They had so many questions that would go unanswered. But in the world of Disney, the show had to go on and the drama had to remain behind the scenes. In 2010, both Demi and Selena's careers would continue to soar to new heights. But it also marked one of the darkest times in Demi's life. For Selena, she continued on as Alec Russo. She would release a second studio album with her band titled A Year Without Rain and would announce her headlining tour to promote the album. 2010 was also the year of non-stop headlines and speculation that Selena and Justin were secretly dating, which brings us to the Justin Bieber part of the story. It all started when Justin said on numerous radio interviews that he had a crush on Selena. At first, Selena would respond by saying he was too young for her, but after Justin serenaded her on stage, things very clearly started to change between them.
You know what? He's the cutest, sweetest kid in the face of the planet. I feel like a cougar because I totally have a crush on him.
You're 2 years older, right? Yeah, you're not a cougar yet.
He's cute. He is so cute. He's got swagger.
Yeah, I saw a video of you getting serenaded by him.
I know.
New Year's Eve.
It was so cute. I performed first, and then I was leaving to do press on backstage, and Justin runs back and he goes, Selena. And he's like, what? He's like, can you come on stage for me for One Less Lonely Girl? And I was like, I mean, Justin. He's like, please, please, please. And I go, fine, okay, what do I do? He's like, oh, I'll do all the work. And I was like,
yeah.
The whole are they dating, are they not dating was extremely public. Fast forward to summer of 2010, where things start to get a little messy, as Justin was making headline after headline linking him romantically to all three of the Disney it girls, Miley, Selena, and Demi. Back then, the internet quite literally exploded when Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber were spotted out on a sushi date.
Are you guys gonna do a CD together, Miley? You guys gonna start working together or what? Yeah?
For a side project.
You guys pretty good buds? Justin, how do you like being a superstar hanging around with Miley? Is that pretty cool?
I'm dating around, like she's like hanging out with girls, but not really dating.
Like hanging around with Miley Cyrus?
Just like hanging out with people.
Like Miley Cyrus?
You know, just hanging out.
This stirred up controversy because of the rumored feud between Selena and Miley, but that's a video for a different day. Not long after Miley and Justin were linked together, reports started coming out that Demi and Justin were spotted on a date kissing. Now you can only imagine how crazy the fans went over all these dating rumors between Selena and Justin and Demi and Justin. We're talking about the most famous teen idols of 2010. Between the feuds, friendship breakups, and love triangles, J14 was fed the entire year.
The 18-year-old Demi and the 16-year-old Bieber were recently found kissing, even though the duo claimed that they were just good pals. If reports are to be believed, Demi finds Justin very mature for his age and was quite shocked to find out how good a kisser he is.
Now, Demi Lovato deleted her Twitter account. No explanation, but interesting to note that she deleted it right after Life and Style magazine ran a report that Demi was caught kissing Justin Bieber. In the meantime, Justin goes to a football game with his BFF, Jaden Smith. Guess who Justin's date was for that football game? It wasn't Demi Lovato, it was Selena Gomez. They used to be BFFs, but then Taylor Swift stepped in and they haven't really been on speaking terms lately. But anyway, her account's deleted. We'll wait and hear what happens with that.
At first, fans thought Demi's Twitter was deactivated because of all the Justin Bieber drama. That actually had absolutely nothing to do with it. We go into great detail about Demi's struggles during 2010 in our last video, but to summarize, for almost 3 years, Demi was working non-stop. Camp Rock, album, tour, Sunny with a Chance, Princess Protection Program, second album, Camp Rock 2, and it would all come crashing down during her final world tour with the Jonas Brothers in the fall of 2010. Demi was at a breaking point, so she turned to substances and partying to cope. Well, when word of her partying got around to Disney executives and management, after a hotel room was trashed, she got angry and punched the backup dancer responsible for telling on her.
Then, a turning point. Years of self-abuse could not be ignored.
I was performing concerts on an empty stomach. I was losing my voice from purging, and I literally was so emotionally whacked out that I took it out on someone that meant a lot to me.
Demi physically struck one of her dancers, Alex Welch. The resulting bruises can be seen in this photo from TMZ.
I take 100% full responsibility. The second I kind of came out of my mania and realized what I had done, I felt sick.
Demi's family and management team held an intervention.
They sat me down and said, "You can't live like this. Like, you need to get help." And that's exactly what I did.
She quit the tour and went to Timberline Knolls, a residential treatment center for women battling addictions. Now, after 3 months of intense therapy, a new start.
After Demi's 3-month stay at the rehabilitation center, she would leave Disney Channel behind and make a complete comeback in 2011 with her third studio album, Unbroken. Not only did the world get a new album, but fans watched as Selena and Demi found their way back to each other and began to mend their friendship. After all, they were label mates on Hollywood Records and were often going after a similar spot in Hollywood.
She tweeted, "Incredible, beautiful, and so inspiring." Demi's reply, "Aw, I love you so much."
Selena and I hadn't spoken in a long time. We just had, had some issues that we had to deal with. But the day that I went into treatment, I got a phone call from her. And she's the one sobbing on the phone. And she's like, "Are you okay? I've been crying nonstop. Are they treating you okay?" And all issues aside, I started crying too, and I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay." I've known her since I was 7. And we met in line auditioning for Barney and Friends. And she's been my best friend ever since.
Demi shares that same Disney bond with Miley, who also stood by her while she was in rehab.
She sent me a Christmas present, and that meant a lot to me because I didn't get Christmas presents in there. So I have incredible friends.
While Demi was in rehab, she said that Selena Gomez was one of the only people that reached out to her, called her to see how she was doing, because, there was a period of time where she was blaming everybody else but herself.
Demi checking into rehab was an eye-opening moment for Selena. In an interview, she said, quote, "Demi was going through things and I was so young and it was confusing. I processed it saying, okay, I don't understand what she's going through, so I'm just going to do this. I don't think it was fair and I'm so happy that I have her back in my life now." After this, we would see a complete resurgence of Delena. They would be photographed on all the red carpets together that year, from the VMAs to the Kids' Choice Awards. And they would even be spotted out to dinner. For the next 3 years, their friendship appeared to be really strong again. In 2013, Selena would release her debut solo album, Stars Dance, with hit singles like Come and Get It and one of my favorite songs of all time, BEAT. This album was a massive, debuting at the #1 spot on the Billboard charts. From the outside, it appeared that Selena was on the top of the world, but behind the curtain, she was now having one of the most difficult years of her life. Publicly, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber were on and off again, so the paparazzi was following her every move. Reports started coming out that she was struggling with substance abuse, and by the end of 2013, Selena canceled the final international leg of her Stars Dance tour, all to check into a rehab facility.
The 21-year-old revealing she checked herself into this Arizona rehab facility last month, reportedly for exhaustion. Gomez's rep telling ABC News Selena voluntarily spent time at Meadows, but not for substance abuse. She shocked fans when she canceled the Australian leg of her tour, saying, "I need to spend some time on myself in order to be the best person I can be." But some speculate Gomez's reported stress came primarily from her 3-year on and off again relationship with Justin Bieber. The singer was spotted riding a Segway with Bieber just 3 days before she apparently entered rehab.
None of us really know the reasons why she went into rehab, but you have to imagine hanging around Justin Bieber, you have a lot of temptation around you.
Everyone knows Selena Gomez has been in and out of a relationship with Justin Bieber up until very recently. And we're told that she did take part in some of the stuff while she was with him, like smoking weed, drinking, even prescription medication like Ambien.
And last month, Selena went to an Arizona rehab facility for 2 weeks. But not to get off the drugs and booze. It was to treat the real source of her addiction.
It's the emotional falling back to Justin Bieber every time something happens that she felt she needed rehab. This is utterly ridiculous.
TwitterOnline.com, though, is reporting that Selena Gomez was actually abusing the prescription drug Xanax and that her parents were actually the ones that pushed her to seek help because they felt that she was partying way too much. But TMZ has a conflicting report that claims that, quote, that crazy boy alleging Justin Bieber is the reason why she had to seek treatment for her emotional issues.
We would later learn that Selena was not at the Meadows rehab facility for using substances, but she was actually diagnosed with lupus and was receiving chemotherapy treatments. It was reported that Demi was by her side and supporting Selena, but by July of 2014, that all would change. Demi all of a sudden unfollowed Selena on Twitter, then immediately after tweeted out a picture of herself captioned, "Swimming away from your bullshit. Bye, bitch." Now, Demi tweeted this after reports started coming out that Selena and Justin were getting back together. So many assumed that Demi didn't like Justin Bieber. Months later, when Demi was asked if Justin had something to do with their friendship ending, yet again, she said, quote, "Not really, not anymore."
You recently unfollowed your BFF, Selena Gomez, on Twitter. So much speculation about this. Can you tell us why?
I plead the 6th, if that's in the game.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things where people change and people grow apart.
Demi would refollow Selena in 2015. Then they would reunite and post a picture on social media of their reunion. They would publicly praise each other's new albums and songs, and it was just all really confusing to fans, as the ones who had followed them since the very beginning had seen it all. And comment below if you were one of those fans, because I was definitely someone who was watching all of this. I knew there was some drama between Nick Jonas and Miley Cyrus, but I never knew it ran this deep.
Despite their hectic schedules, while they're both about to release albums that could be turning points in their careers, the two are still making time for each other. And can you just say friendship goals?
We were talking about her record and my record and just kind of catching up, and we took the 300 selfies that girls take for that one. And we ended up just going for the one that was silly. So I love her. She's like family at this point.
From 2015 to 2017, there would be continued public support of each other every now and again, but it was pretty clear they were no longer close. Demi would tweet out, "Loving your new song, Fetish. We've come a long way since the Barney days." Selena would respond saying, "Yes, we have. Just listening to Sorry Not Sorry. You slay as always." So whether this is real, or they were showing public support for each other, or they were just trying to stay out of a fight, or they were just trying to remain cordial with each other, either way, this seemed like the bare minimum of telling the public they were good. In 2017, Selena would show support for Demi's documentary, and they would attend the InStyle Awards together. Demi would also publicly support Selena when she had her kidney transplant. While they weren't friends and maybe just grew apart, it all seemed pretty civil. Well, that is until 2018, where it all seemed to go downhill again. Selena would unfollow Demi during an unfollowing spree. Now, this came just a few months after Demi had almost lost her life when she relapsed. But it is important to note, Selena Gomez has said multiple times on the record that she hasn't had her Instagram password for over a decade. So who actually unfollowed Demi trying to start drama, or if their team said it would rev up promotion for their various projects? We may never know.
Encouraging news tonight about singer Demi Lovato, who's hospitalized in Los Angeles after an apparent drug overdose.
She is breathing and conscious, so all very, very encouraging information. It was about noon when police and fire from Los Angeles rushed to her Hollywood Hills home. A source close to the family saying it was an apparent overdose. We don't know exactly what the drug is, but certainly people will be breathing a little easier knowing that she is in stable condition.
Now, it's important to note that Selena was really going through it in 2018 as well. It was arguably one of the worst years of her life. Selena had been hospitalized multiple times due to her lupus and kidney transplant. And to top it all off, she and Justin had their final breakup after almost a decade, and then he got engaged just 2 months later to Haley. By the end of 2018, Selena had a complete emotional breakdown, checking into rehab for the second time that year alone. Now fast forward to 2020, the year it all really hit the fan. Selena came out and said that Justin Bieber subjected her to certain kinds of emotional abuse. Right after this revelation, Demi was seen hanging out with Justin and Scooter Braun. Demi, on the other hand, was upset with Selena because she seemingly felt like Selena's public support of her was pretty much only performative. During Demi's heartfelt Grammy performance of her song Anyone, a song she wrote 4 days after being hospitalized, Selena would praise her on Instagram, saying beautiful, inspirational, and deserved, thanking Demi for her bravery. Shortly after, in an interview with Harper's Bazaar, Demi was asked about Selena, and she said, quote, "When you grow up with somebody, you're always gonna have love for them, but I'm not friends with her." So the Instagram post felt, Demi paused here before saying something she might regret, then said, "I will always have love for her, and I wish everybody nothing but the best." Now this kicked back all of their past drama, and fans started digging. Only days later, a Finsta was exposed that allegedly belonged to Demi Lovato, where she had multiple posts making fun of Selena Gomez. The Finsta account Trauma Queen Forever had posts of Demi holding a magazine with Selena's face scribbled out, and had even posted the recent Harper's Bazaar interview with the caption, "Ha ha ha ha. Oops, I really did try to keep my mouth shut, I swear." Now there's been a lot of speculation on if this account is actually real. Demi's friends were following the Finsta account, but they say the screenshots are all fake. Demi Lovato would stay completely silent on the matter, and so would Selena Gomez. However, the Stan war was started, and they were not done digging. This time, fans dug through the tweets of Demi's fiance at the time, Max Eric. One tweet read, "Ha ha ha, Selena Gomez and Demi are cute together, but boy, if you think Demi is prettier, you're wrong." There were so many more tweets and comments showing that Demi's ex-fiance clearly had some kind of obsession with Selena Gomez. At first, Demi would defend him and say the screenshots were fake, but not long after, Demi would call off their engagement entirely and said that he had completely fooled her.
I got engaged a week ago today. It was just the best day of my life. I felt like I was floating. It's been a whirlwind ever since. I realized as time went on that I didn't actually know the person that I was engaged to. Like all the people that were like, oh, they rushed into it, or, you know, oh, it's not gonna last. And then like, you proved them right. We were only together 4 or 5 months. Yes. And like, honestly, it was false advertising. The hardest part of the breakup was mourning the person that I thought he was. Yeah. But I'm not the only one who felt fooled. I mean, I was just as shocked as the rest of the world at some of the things that were said and done.
When you were done, you were done.
I was
done. I'm really sad that things ended the way that they did. Good news is I haven't picked up any hard drugs or anything like that. I'm hanging in there. Ugh. It's just
Demi shared the days after their split for the documentary.
So I thought this whole time that I didn't miss him. I just missed the person that I started quarantining with. And I don't know how to give my heart to someone after this.
Since 2020, there has been complete silence on the Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez front. Fast forward to today, and they are both absolutely thriving, appearing to be happier than ever. Despite no longer being friends, they are at similar points in life. Demi got engaged to Jordan Lutz, who she met in the studio while co-writing songs together. Selena Gomez also got engaged to Benny Blanco, who basically wrote all of the hits of the 2010s. Their businesses are thriving, the music they're putting out is amazing, so it's fair to say that Demi and Selena are on top of the world right now. From Barney to the biggest stages that Disney had to offer, Demi and Selena laughed together, they sang and stood hand in hand as they both were catapulted into stardom, becoming the Disney duo everybody loved. In the end, the pressures of being Disney stars and the way Hollywood can just tear young girls to shreds caused a distance between them that played out in the public eye. While they have completely grown apart in adulthood, the world will always remember the iconic friendship that was Delina. Well, that's the end of this story, but don't worry, there are many more to come. So if you guys are loving the deep dives, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!